G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today's March 30, 2023. This is the S&P 500 update. We've got the three timelines here, the daily, the 4 hourly and the hourly. And you can see here on the daily, we're still in a bearish momentum, according to the CCI 1500 with its moving average 400. But on the 4 hourly, we've broken to the upside in a bullish movement. And likewise on the hourly, it'll drill down to each of these and just get a bit clearer picture. So on the daily time frame, again, we're still in a pretty strong downtrend. You can just see there from the price chart, according to the CCI. So even though it's broken above the moving average 200 of the price chart, we're still following the CCI moving average as a primary indicator. I have drawn here a Fibonacci retracement from that recent high to that low. And typically when that retraces more than 78%, which it has done there, that's a pretty strong signal for a reversal potentially. So typically a reversal happens between a 61 and a 50% level. So had it reversed and dropped further to the downside from there, that would have been a continuation of the downtrend. But since it broke above that and now bouncing off the gone past the 78%, that's a weakening of the short positioning, so more bullish positioning potentially. So to be more confident, we want to see it break above this moving average on the CCI 1500. Likewise, it's going to, if it does that, it should break above this descending diagonal trend line, and then ultimately above this key resistance area to be more bullish confirmed. On the 4 hour chart, I've drawn this converging diagonal trend lines in this range, and it's broken above this first descending trend line, and now it's moving towards a secondary descending trend line. And that, you can see there, I've just drawn it between, that first one is between those highs there, and this one up here is between those two highs there. So it's just another level of resistance. But ultimately, as per the daily chart, we want to see a break above this red line, this key resistance up here. So as you can see, it's on the 4 hour chart, it's breaking to the upside, and on a CCI, and that's a bullish signal. On the hourly chart, likewise, you can see there it's broken above those resistance areas we mentioned earlier on the 4 hour chart. One thing to notice again, also in this smaller time frame, it's gone past the 78% retracement, and just be mindful of that. We want to see it. I like drawing the retracements as opposed to extensions, only because it gives you a clearer picture in terms of where the price is. So again, using those highs and lows, initially, as I showed you on the daily, had it bounced below that 50 to 61% level, had it bounced to the downside from there, that would have been a continuation of the downtrend. But as soon as it breaks above that and goes actually beyond the 78%, then it's more of a potential reversal. So that's how we read the Fibonacci retracements. Just to confirm that as well, I'll show you another example here on the Fibonacci retracement from that recent high to that low. So if you're following this price here, you can see there it bounced off the 61% level and it turned further down. So there's no guarantee that it's going to always do this, but if it does, because sometimes it can bounce down, then bounce up and just reverse again. So there's never a guarantee in the markets, but just generally as a rule, Fibonacci, that's generally what happens with retracements. So at the moment, cautiously going long. If you don't trade the 4 hour unless the daily trends upwards as well, don't trade long the 4 hour. You may trade the hourly long based on the 4 hour timeline. So again, always trade the lower time frame based on the trend of the high time frame. Don't trade, in other words, don't take long positions on the daily from where it is at the moment. Make sure you do take positions on the lower time frames based on the high time frames. To understand how to properly trade using the average down approach, reference the links in the description below. Subscribe and like the channel, and support us on Patreon. Links in the description below. Thanks, and see you in the next video.